all of you. CA Dipti Chheda here. I teach aspirant CA CMA students, give them the practical aspects and examples of direct taxes, costing accounts. These are my subjects. And I teach them all the concepts also. One concept, one problem with booster notes. So when you go out in the market, you make a perfect bridge of your degree and your knowledge in exam and the practical knowledge, right? Now, today, here we are together for the most exciting thing looked forward by the students is direct taxation CMA Inter new syllabus question paper I am discussing for July 2023. Result is yet to be out in September. After that, the suggested answer will come. So surely you check with that also. But this is a secret I'll tell you as I begin with. I had made a mindset for all the students who are writing the exam. When you complete your exam of direct taxation, the moment you're putting all your stationery in your back in your compass box and walking out of the exam center, your mindset should be next exam. Whatever is the next exam, how I'm going to prepare for that, right? Okay. In that, you should not discuss the paper with anyone. This mindset I had given. Can you be that headstrong confidence? That's why immediately after the exam, कैसा लिखा बच्चों पेपर आज में ये था वो था as a teacher we can come up with what of reels and discussions, but that's not right, I feel. Yes, now the exam is over, you want to discuss the paper so that you come to know what is the correction, and this is going to be very helpful for those who are going to write the exam in December 2023 upcoming exam, because while discussing the question paper, I will teach you the concept, the sections, the importance also. And I always say income tax is a very vast subject. So rather than learning it always in that question answer form, कभी revision video, कभी audios लगा के सुन लो, कभी ऐसे paper solve कर लो. So repetition is the key. So in different ways. So for all the upcoming, even some of the students writing CA exam, if you're solving this, these are quality good questions which will help you prepare very well, because weightage wise, I can tell you, I'll come to say all that, how it is. So let us begin now. I'll make sure I'm solving small questions there itself and the bigger ones in the notebook. Any doubt you have, comment below the video. Okay, so let us begin. Now, as you know, for CMA Inter 2022 syllabus, direct taxation is 50 marks, indirect taxation is 50 marks. Indirect taxation, first 14 marks is your MCQs, fill in the blanks and true and false, which were really very easy. After that, remaining 36 marks, question number 2, 3, 4 and 5. Out of 4 questions, any 3 questions you have to solve. डोंट सॉल्व एक्स्ट्रा थिंकिंग कि जो अच्छा लगेगा वो करेक्ट करेंगे, ऐसे नहीं होता है. तो फर्स्ट ones only they correct. Now 12 marks, 3 questions, 36 marks and 14 marks. This makes your 50 marks direct taxation paper. But questions what I am solving now are going to be very helpful for the final students also, because this time's final paper is having one question from salary, one from house property, one from business head, return of income, like that. So it's going to be very good for practicing. Okay, right. Now, as I have discussed the paper pattern, in the 12 marks question, the combination is 6 plus 6 marks, 2 question, or small. This time, very nice part was no short note, no big theory question like when it was earlier. 100 marks paper तो बहुत सारे 5 marks के short note भी आते थे. So this time the maximum combination in 12 marks was 6 plus 4 plus 2. So 6 marks, one say salary question, 4 marks deduction, 2 marks updated return, TDS, like that. The paper was really very nice, covering up weightage wise all the topics. But as always said, most important topic in CMA Inter is your salary, house property, deductions, TDS. These 4 topics, of course, they had business head problem also one like that, but like salary is there in MCQ, salary का एक अलग से problem आता है. House property one problem comes. Deductions is there separately. Deductions is there in the total income and TDS. TDS is anyhow very important for inter final all the students. So ऐसा नहीं है कि मैम सिर्फ ये पढ़ें तो बस है, नहीं dear students. They have asked one MCQ from clubbing, one from set off, and very nice weightage wise, except I felt only thing which was really invisible was capital gain. Capital gain, they could have asked one question on how to compute the capital gain, sale consideration, indexation. So बहुत vast topic था, खैर बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा. तो slum sale, you all know dear students, capital gain is same there in the final also. Okay, without taking much time now, very quickly, let us begin. Let us begin with the question paper. One by one, all the questions we will discuss. Here we start. This is July 23 exams, direct taxation question paper. Okay, right. Now see, as I said, question number 1 is compulsory and 2, 3, 4, 5. Any 3 you have to solve. In that you can solve question number 5 में B पहले C or A. But bits एक साथ solve करना है and don't solve extra. Now, the first MCQ is the total income is always rounded off to nearest multiples of 10. And tax is also to be rounded off to nearest multiples of 10. This is talked about section 288A and this is talked about section 288B. So answer for this is B bit, 10 and 10. Tax and income. Not every tax, फिर e-cess, फिर surcharge, ऐसे नहीं. जो final tax है, that is always rounded off in the multiples of 10. All the heads of income, gross total income deductions, the total income is rounded off in the multiples of 10. Done? Next. An Indian company would be always resident irrespective of control and management. Resident if control and management is in India, partially and all, then the answer is first one. Indian company, because it is registered under Companies Act 2013, it is always resident in India. For foreign company, we check POEM, place of effective management and all that, right? So Indian company is always resident. Income from asset transferred to spouse will be taxable in the hands of the transferor. Income from asset which is transferred to the spouse, husband to wife, wife to husband, will be taxable in the hands of transferor if. Now, whenever this spouse income taxability comes, we are in which chapter, dear students? Clubbing. So, clubbing says income from asset transferred to spouse will be taxable in the hands of the transferor if asset has been transferred in pursuance of living apart. No. अगर डाइवोर्स हो गया हस्बैंड वाइफ का एंड हस्बैंड हैज ट्रांसफर्ड असेट टू वाइफ अ फ्लैट अ फार्म हाउस, नो, that income from that asset is not clubbed in the hands of husband because they are living apart. If asset is transferred for adequate consideration, husband is outrightly selling the asset to wife, no problem. Asset is transferred before marriage, clubbing rule. So the correct answer is asset was transferred for inadequate consideration. Husband has transferred the asset to wife for inadequate transfer consideration. So you will say, ma'am, husband wife को नहीं तो किसको gift करेंगे? For inadequate consideration, out of love and affection, husband gifted a diamond necklace to wife. As long as she is using that, no problem. But moment she start giving it on rent and she is deriving income out of that asset, that income is clubbed in the hands of husband. So once again, clubbing question, income from asset transferred to spouse will be taxable in the hands of transferor if the asset was transferred without adequate consideration. Okay. Which of the following expenditure on scientific research is not allowed as deduction? Okay. Now, this is like on our tape, section 35, scientific research expense, in-house, revenue, capital, building, everything is allowed. Even if you give it to outside registered universities, national laboratories, IITs, कंपनी 100% जो साइंटिफिक रिसर्च ही कर रहा है, फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी, टेलीकम्युनिकेशन, दिस इज अ लिस्ट ऑफ साइंटिफिक रिसर्च expense allowed. What is not allowed, dear? Cost of land. Cost of land, even if you purchase the land for scientific research, that is not allowed 100% as scientific research expense. Are you enjoying this? Then please comment below. I'm not just giving you the answers so that you check it, or those who are preparing for the upcoming exam, keeping all your preparation mindset. I'm giving you the background knowledge this so that you can use this as a revision video. And if this is worth sparing time and doing, okay, my classes are all live classes are going on in the evening. So morning, I'm very busy in preparing my upcoming book, that is Sarthi for taxation. But I said, no, this is very important because my students kept the promise. We didn't discuss the paper during exam time. Now, can you discuss, ma'am? I said, surely. आज ही करेंगे, आज ही सुबह करेंगे. तो हम इसको डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. अगर आपको अच्छा लग रहा है तो do share this video. And for this kind of conceptual learning, in the description, concept classes app details are there. Just log in and see how amazing way of teaching it is. I'm literally saying, I know my 23 years of experience, what is to be given to exam, like to students, kya kya parosna hai mujhe malum hai. That is one concept, one problem. That's how. Done. Which of the following expenditure of scientific research is not allowed? Answer is D. Revenue is allowed, capital is allowed, revenue of salary and all 3 years prior to commencement is allowed. So what is not allowed? Expenditure on acquisition of land. Now, taxable value of sweat equity shares. This should be studied, as this is there in salary chapter, this is there in capital gain chapter, और ये बार बार आता है एग्जाम में. So this MCQ is for sweat equity shares or for ESOP. Now, what is this? That company ESOP mein company is vesting the shares. Means company is giving its shares, say of 230 rupees at 180 rupees to you because you are our top good employee. We want to retain you. Now, 230 rupees shares issued in market. You are getting it at what price? 180. So is this 50 rupees perquisite for employee? Yes. From employer to employee, is this 50 rupees benefit going? Yes. Will it be taxable in the hands of employee? Yes. But kab? Not when the option is vested. Vesting period could be 2 to 3 years. When the option is finally exercised, that year this income will be taxable in the hands of the employee. And when employee is selling that share of 230 rupees, which he got at 180, and 50 rupees he has already paid the tax. Now, when he sells that on 230 rupees, he can claim as cost when he's selling the shares. Are you getting? Ma'am, but employee ne to 180 mein kharida, but 50 rupees he has paid tax. So when the employee is selling the share of 230 rupees, he can take the cost as 230 and not 180. I hope very in a brief way, mind mapping way, I have revised the concept of ESOP. Right? Okay? तो फिर देखते हैं कि ये क्या पूछा है. हाँ, today's class nothing to write for all of you students, so I'll be taking little breaks. आप देखो और पढ़ो screen से. Please watch all the videos full screen, preferably on laptop, because I'm writing so much on the screen when I'm going to solve the big questions. Chalo. Yes. Taxable value of perquisite for sweat equity shares allotted by employer to the employee is fair market value subject to 50,000 standard deduction. Fair market as on the date on which option is vested. Fair market value of the shares as on the date on which it is exercised minus as reduced by the amount paid. समझ में आ रहा है? तो 230 का शेयर अगर आपको 180 मिल रहा है तो 50 रुपीज इनकम है, बट नॉट व्हेन इट इज वेस्टेड, व्हेन इट इज एक्सरसाइज्ड. It is not taxable, nahi, it's very well taxable. And when the employee sells the shares, this is going to be the cost. You know, dear students, preferably if you can take a printout of this question paper, if you have it, very nice. If you're not having, and write it, you are building a superb base for upcoming exams and for final. Even if you clear with exemption, appreciated, but still this is going to be a very nice base, because the syllabus of income tax is 50% same in inter and final. Which of the following is not income taxable as income from other sources? So what is not taxable as IFOS? Family pension very well taxable, 1/3 or 15,000 का deduction भी मिलता है. Director salary बिल्कुल taxable है. Rent received for plant and machinery, where rent is separable, rent for house property and rent for plant and machinery, or rent received from house property including use of plant and machinery, where rent is inseparable. See, you have rented the property along with plant and machinery and like ACs and refrigerator and geyser and all, and this is not separable. So if it is not separable, this is taxable under income from house property, so this is not taxable under others. If you can separate, like in the third bit, then rent of house property kahan jayega? House property mein. Rent of plant and machinery kahan jayega? Other source mein. So they said, what is not taxable? So this is not taxable. When it is inseparable, rent of house along with other plant and machinery and amenities, all the rent, including the amenities, will be taxable in income from house property. That's all for the 6 MCQs. Check and tell me in the comment box how many marks have you got. Right? That will motivate me to make more of such videos before the result comes itself. Right? Now we go to true and false. If an employee opts for 115 BAC, what is 115 BAC, dear students? New tax regime. You know, where the tax rates for every 2,50,000, 5% the tax is increasing, but then you don't get ATC, ATU deductions, exemptions. What are the restrictions there? So if an employee opts for 115 BC, he is not entitled to claim for leave travel concession. Is it true? Yes. He cannot. The rate of depreciation applicable for goodwill is 25% is false, dear students. It's correct that goodwill is intangible asset, and on all the intangible assets, the rate of depreciation is 25%, but from 2020 onwards, there is no depreciation on goodwill. So on goodwill, there is no depreciation, so this is a false statement. Loss for speculative business is eligible to be carried forward for 8 assessment years. Wrong. Speculative losses and losses from business of horse races can be carried forward for 4 years. All the other losses, 8 years. And unabsorbed depreciation and 35 AD, specified business loss, can be carried forward for indefinite period. अच्छा है ना, कितना अच्छा paper है, like everywhere they have covered up all the bits and the paper is really easy. Not because I am discussing and saying it's actually easy. कोई उतने googlies थे ही नहीं. Googly है capital gain में, वही googly हो गया. Is my speed fine? All of you who are attending live with us in the Zoom, you can comment. Yes. Chalo, next. An income, when it is diverted before it reaches the SSE, it is called as diversion of the income, and it is not taxable. This is false. This is false. You know why? Now there could be different views, but why I think is false. When income is diverted before it reaches me, it's like diversion of income. For example, I'm owner of a property. I'm saying to tenant, don't pay the rent to me, pay it to my son. He's studying in college. He will use it to pay his hostel fees and all. So I am diverting the income before it reaches me. But still, I am the owner. Should it be taxable in my hands? Yes. And they are saying that diversion of income is not taxable. ऐसा नहीं है. Application of income is not taxable. Yes. I'm getting salary from an MNC company. I bring it to home and give it to my mother-in-law, spend it for the household. Again, she needs to pay the tax? No. That is application of income. There's a lot of confusion for this and examples are limited, but I feel it is false. Now, रेसिडेंशियल स्टेटस एमसीक्यू में भी है, फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स में भी है, अलग से क्वेश्चन भी है. So I feel it's really good. When a foreign citizen comes to India for the first time and he stays for less than 182 days, what will be his residential status? Non-resident. Ma'am, but he is there for 60 days, then 365 days or more in the 4 years. तो पहले तो कभी इंडिया में आए नहीं, अभी आए हैं, और अभी तो 182 डेज से कम है, तो इज अ नॉन रेसिडेंट. Maximum interest on loan allowed for repairs of the building is how much, dear student? 30,000. For purchase and all, how much? 2 lakh. And 2 lakh is the limit only for self-occupied. In case of let out and deemed let out, complete interest is allowed. 2 minutes I want to talk here and say, I have also started every Saturday 11:30 to 12. I'm taking YouTube live classes wherein I'm covering very nice concepts. Last I covered add and less concept. कुछ भी problem आया add less करते आना चाहिए. Interest on loan is covered. Virtual digital asset taxability. So like that, there are some concepts which are common for inter and final all. So everything is covered in that live class with announcements for CMA, CA and all the upcoming exams or change in syllabus and some of your doubts. All. Whatever you ask in the live class, my subjects are accounts, taxation, costing. With 23 years of experience, if I can clear it, fine. Otherwise, you put it, I'll clear it in the comment. So it's just 30 minutes of learning the taxation, costing in a different way. So do join me for that Saturday's live class also. Because I have discussed this in a very nice flow chart. So maximum interest on loan allowed for repairs is how much? Today also 30,000. Interest on loan for purchase or construction, how much is it allowed? 2 lakh. And 2 lakh and 30,000 is limit only for self-occupied. For let out and deemed let out, how much it is allowed? Yes. How much is it allowed? Full. Okay. Chalo. Preliminary expenses eligible for amortization 1/5 every year. Voluntary retirement expenses, preliminary expenses, demerger expenses, these are all allowed 1/5 every year for continuous 5 years. In case of senior citizen, maximum deduction allowed in the ATTTB is 50,000. I can challenge how I have covered this. Just watch 1 minutes reel. Those reels are not my time pass. They are again repetition in a different way where students are confused. 2 minutes. Look here and you will surely be clear after coming 3 minutes. ATTTA deduction for interest on saving account. ATTTB deduction, interest on saving account plus FD. This is 10,000. This is 50,000. This is for all the citizens. This is for senior citizens. ऐसे ऐसे लिख के बूस्टर नोट्स में सारथी में प्रिंट करके सब क्लियर है आपके लिए. क्लियर हुआ या नहीं? And ATTTB and TTA and B are there in every return. Every person who is going to file his return is going to have a saving account and he will receive interest and he will take ATTTA deduction. If you are a senior citizen, ATTTB. TTA में सिर्फ saving account, TTB में FDs and both. Done, done. So what's the answer here? ATTTB limit is 50,000. ATTTA limit is 10,000. If you feel really you are learning the things along with the paper discussion, then make the notes. Now when I said left and right, pause the video. Left में ये, right में ये लिखो. Sync करने के लिए ink. Ink it to sync it. Chalo, right. So here we complete with all the MCQs. Any doubts are there to ask me? ये क्लास थोड़े से एग्जॉस्टिंग होते हैं because routine class we say okay now take down and we get 2 minutes breathing space, right? Chalo. Now I'm going to 6 plus 2 plus 4 marks those question answers. If I feel they are simple and I can solve here only, I will do it in the left and right side. Okay. और अगर लगता है कि नहीं इसको नोटबुक में ही करना है तो नोटबुक में कर लेंगे. ठीक है. चलो. Question number 2A is for your residential status. Miss Dhwani, an individual, an Indian citizen, is living in Singapore. Indian citizen, huh? Living in Singapore. She never came to India for a single day. So during this financial year, see, she is not even in India for 60 days or 180 days. Nothing. She has earned following income. Okay. All details are given. So first you have to decide the residential status and then you have to decide taxability. So until now, so first you have to decide the residential status and then you have to tax it. Okay. Now, just even if the Miss Dhwani, she's a non-resident because single day also she was not here, then also you should know section 9 and section 7 in the residential status. Irrespective of residential status, look at the screen. Income received in India, deemed to be received. जैसे TDS is deemed to be received. Income accrued in India, deemed to accrue. These four are always taxable. Clear? Now, income accrued and arisen in India. Is it taxable? 8 lakh? Yes. Income deemed to accrue or arise in India. Deemed, it is taxable. Income from Singapore. Business is set up in Singapore, profession. But then it is income arising in Singapore from a profession which is set up in India. So if profession is set up, it is taxable in India. Income is accrued in Singapore and she is not liable to pay any tax in Singapore. Now look at this. These three income are to anyways taxable in India. So kitna ho raha 8 plus 6 4? 19 lakh. And income accrued in Singapore is not taxable in Singapore. Here comes section 6(1)(a). Concept of deemed resident, assumed to be resident. A person is said to be deemed resident if he is an individual who is Indian citizen staying abroad, irrespective of 0 days coming to India. But his income in India should be above 15 lakh rupees. Is it above 15 lakh rupees? Yes. And income accrued, he should not pay tax anywhere in the world. You know, जिसका कोई नहीं है उसके हम हैं. Oh, you are earning more than 15 lakhs in India, Dhwani? Yeah. You're not paying tax in any other country, Singapore and all? No. Then you are said to be deemed resident in India and you have to pay tax in India. Now, whenever an assessee is treated as deemed resident, he will pay the tax as resident, but not ordinary resident. Resident, but not ordinary resident. Received in India, deemed to receive taxable, accrued, deemed to accrue, and income, which is, wherever you are earning the income, but the business is set up or having some connection from India. तो अब क्या होगा? Dhwani's is deemed resident. So income in India 8 lakhs taxable, deemed taxable, ye taxable. Income is accrued and arisen in Singapore, but she is not paying tax over there. Now this income, she is not liable to pay the tax in India. You remember that table? Resident and ordinary, resident but not ordinary, and non-resident. So income received in India taxable, deemed to receive taxable, accrued in India deemed to accrue, and business connection. अब ये जो income है, neither it is received in India deemed to receive accrued नहीं और उसका कोई connection नहीं है, तो on this is not taxable. But rest all the income, but ma'am, Dhwani is not there in the financial year 20 to 23 for a single day, no problem. No problem. Clear hai aap sabko? So this is how you need to solve it. Is it okay? I feel I can do everything in the notebook. 2-3 घंटे ज़्यादा लंबा वीडियो चलेगा, बात वो नहीं है. But when you have the question paper and the figures, no, there and there itself, the concept is more clear. So one thing I want to say after completing this question is कि maximum we will try if we can do it here itself. Chalo. Next question is like house property. Akhil is a resident age 55 years and he owns residential house in Kolkata. 2 units are there. First unit is self-occupied. Another unit is given on rent and it is vacant for 2 months. All other details are given. Okay, right. Now, municipal value for the whole house is given. So when you do that juggling of GAV and all, so let us take it as unit 1. Unit 1 is self-occupied. So GAV, NAV all nil, but interest is allowed? Yes. So how much is interest on borrowed capital? 3,000 per month. Into 12 month. मैम 2 month तो वेकेंट था पर फिर भी इंटरेस्ट तो पूरा अलाउड है. 36,000 का half. Are you all with me? Why 36,000 का half? 18,000 because this is unit 1. So what is the income from house property for unit 1? 18,000 loss. Now it is unit 2. Unit 2. Unit 2 के लिए you will have to work out the GAV. तो GAV के लिए we do those steps. Fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher. So this, that or standard rent, whichever is lower. Second step. So this, step 2. This or actual rent, whichever is higher. So what is, I'm writing in brief, I hope clear. What is my step 2 answer? Fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher. So it's 380 is higher. That or standard rent, whichever is, so 324. But 324 का आधा लेंगे. Why? Because it's 1 unit. So step 2 answer is 1,62,000. Step 3, high, low, high. Fair rent or municipal value, whichever is high, that or standard rent, whichever is low, that or actual rent. Now actual rent is 1,60,000. So that or actual rent, whichever is high. So ma'am, GAV should be 1,62,000. Correct or not? Because 162 is higher than the actual rent. But dear students, actual rent 160 is lower than 162 only due to vacancy. Had it been occupied throughout the year, 16,000 into 12, then it should have been 1,92,000. When actual rent is low only due to GAV, take actual rent of actual rent as GAV, irrespective of high, low, high. My intention today is to give you the concept. That's why I'm not doing it in the presentation. If you want to see the presentation and routine class, how we solve it, download Concept Classes app and check the videos in the free content. And you'll be surprised at the reasonable way with the material we are giving. Check it. चलो ठीक है. तो GAV और इससे तो बहुत अच्छे टेक्निकल क्वेश्चंस हैं हमारे मटेरियल में. No point in saying कि this question is in my material, this is there. Word to word भी है आगे. चलो. GAV is 1,60,000. Now, municipal taxes. कहाँ है municipal taxes? 10% of municipal value. But ma'am, we didn't take municipal value as GAV. Still, municipal taxes will be 3,80,000 का 10% और उसका half. Because 1/2 is only given on rent. So 380 into 10% divided by 2. So 19,000 is municipal tax. What is NAV? You know, doing it in notebook is good because I will also have a record. ये तो अच्छा नहीं रहेगा. But then पता नहीं आज ऐसे लगा कि लेफ्ट राइट ज्यादा क्लियर है क्वेश्चन के साथ. प्लीज गिव एन ऑनेस्ट कमेंट बिलो दैट शुड वी सॉल्व इट इन द नोटबुक और इज दिस वे ऑफ डूइंग मोर रेलेवेंट फॉर यू वन. एनएवी में हम क्या देते हैं? स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन 141 का 30%, 42 300, and of course interest is also deductible here 18,000. 18 ऊपर 18 यहाँ. अब देखो 1,41,000 minus, you can give the totals faster than me. दीप्ति मैम कभी कभी गड़बड़ करते हैं. तो what is income from house property for the unit 2? 80,700. And unit 1, it's a loss of 18,000. ऊपर वाला. So finally income from house property is 62,700. Take your time, pause the video, take it down. Please comment below. Any doubts you have, you can join the Telegram group. There students, they click the picture and put a voice note. I also clear all your doubts with voice. Whether you're taking coaching with me or not, it's the knowledge of income tax, and if I can clear your doubts, nothing like that. चले आगे. So that's all for this 8 marks question. So easy, no? Worth it? I've to taught you pre-construction, ma'am. ऐसा लग रहा है कि आपने तो बहुत ज़्यादा ही पढ़ा दिए. But that's the part of the syllabus, and you all are studying for exam also and practically for the market also. तो हम ऐसे बीकॉम स्टाइल नहीं पढ़ सकते ना कि प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन इंटरेस्ट टेक्निकल है तो छोड़ दो. नो. All right. Question number 3A, this is for salary and 8 marks, one of my favorites. And sometimes they ask all retirement benefits. This time they have asked all allowances and purposes. हाँ? तो चलो इसको करते हैं साथ में. Miss Geeta, age is important because if they ask, yeah, don't calculate tax for every problem. Huh? Just if they ask, then only you calculate. Miss Geeta, aged 46 years. Chalo, let us start now. Geeta is aged 46 years. She is working in a private company. She has given the details of her income for the previous. You have to calculate the income chargeable to tax under salaries. Geeta did not opt for 115 BAC. So basic is 7,20,000. DA is 1,44,000. Taxable. Only 20% is the DA on basic. So 720 ka 20% 144 aata hai, and they have given you. It does not form part of the retirement benefit. So while calculating HRA, RFA and all, we will not take it. But even if DA is considered or not considered for retirement benefit, should you tax it initially? Answer is yes. Bonus 2,52,000, very well taxable. Entertainment allowance is fully taxable, and there is up to 5,000 and 1/5 and all deduction milta hai, but that is only for government employee. And Geeta is not a government employee, so she will not get the deduction. Entertainment allowance. Profession tax, 50% paid by employer. So what is your profession tax? 4,000. Out of that, if employer is paying profession tax for employee, it's a perquisite, tax it, and then again you can claim a deduction. Here I'll claim a deduction under section 16(3). PT का पूरा deduction मिलता है 4,000. Once again, dear students, what I'm writing should be clear to you. Profession tax, whatever employee pays, he gets a deduction, 4,000. But out of that, if 2,000 is reimbursed by employer, it's a perquisite. Add it 2,000 because employer paid 2,000 and deduct 4 full 1,000. 2,000 employer ने दिया, बाकी मैंने खुद दिया. Whatever PT is paid by employer is deductible under 16 clause 3. Now, मेडिकल allowances are fully taxable. अगर perquisite होता employer के hospital and man all, तो we would have taken exemption. LIC of Geeta paid by employer, fully taxable. If employer is paying group insurance, health insurance for the employee, no problem. But if employer is paying life insurance, 100% it is taxable. Corporate membership of a club, initial fees is paid by employer. Geeta pays the bill of the club. Now you know what this is, कि corporate fees, अब clarity नहीं है कि ये if this is for personal it's taxable, but it is like corporate membership fees, so maybe it's an MNC company, so company related work, some fees is paid by the employer, we will take it exempt assuming it is related to the company. Corporate membership fees. Otherwise, if your Club Mahindra fees is paid by your employer, very well, it's a perquisite. Motor car is owned by employer. You remember for motor car, we all have done a table. Owned by employer. It was provided to Geeta for official and personal both. Driver's salary also. So driver's salary matlab 900 per month for the chauffeur is taxable. And it's a big car. Capacity is more than 1.6. So how much will be taxable? 2,400 per month. Had the capacity been less than 1.6 liters, like choti car hai, so 1,800 per month. All expenses are paid by employer. Car employer ki, expenses employer, partly official, partly this, then 2,400 per month is added as perquisite plus 900 for the driver. So 3,300 into 12. कितना आता है देखो, 3,300 into 12. 39,600 will be motor car perquisite. क्या हो गया? One second, the screen became blurred something. रुकावट के लिए खेद है, कुछ तो some technical trouble was there. Once again the link is lost. Once again, sorry. Basic salary 720. DA, whether you take it for retirement or not, basically DA is taxable. Bonus is taxable. Entertainment allowance is taxable. And profession tax 50% paid by employer, so taxable. Medical allowance is taxable. Life insurance, yeah, life insurance is taxable. Corporate membership, it is because of the company, so not taxable. Motor car belongs to employer. Expenses also employer. So it is 2,400 per month fixed amount. You can check it. Pause the video, check your notes. Chauffeur ke liye. So 3,300 into 16. So that comes to 39,600. Laptop use at home. Laptop and computer use at home. Children of Geeta are also using the laptop, no problem. But laptop and all given at home is not taxable. Credit card fees paid. Credit card is not used for official purpose. So if your credit card bills are details of usage are not available, but if they are paid by employer, then definitely they are taxable. अब चलो टोटल करो ग्रॉस सैलरी का. मैंने यही सॉल्व की हूँ क्योंकि you have the figures here. Otherwise routine class we do it all in notebook. टोटल करो. Yes. 12 lakh 17,600 is the gross salary. And in that, the first deduction in the gross salary, section 16, clause 1A, flat 50,000 standard deduction. Clause 16.2, you will not get entertainment allowance, but 16.3 PT बिल्कुल मिलेगा. कितना? 4,000, whether you have paid or your employer has paid. So what is the salary income of Geeta? 11,63,600. Ma'am, should we calculate the tax? बिल्कुल भी नहीं. When they don't ask, you have to complete 3 hours income tax, GST. It's a vast paper. So make a proper choice what you're going to attempt. First, impression is the best impression. And so, write down, check the answers. 2 seconds. I'm here only. Thank you so much for waiting. Shall we go to the next question? Yes. Question number 3B. So this was for 8 marks. Salary question. Nice, no? Question number 3B. Discuss the reason and quantum of deductions. I'm again saying salary, house property, TDS and deductions. These are the first very important pillars of CMA exam. मैम सीए वालों के लिए उनके लिए भी बोलेंगे जब आपके एमटीपी आरटीपी पूरे सॉल्व किए हुए हैं. Just watch the videos with the playlist. You will see last 5-6 attempts. Every time I'm solving MTP, RTP of CA and CMA, all the exams. इस बार तो old news दोनों syllabus के papers discuss किए हमने. चलो. Discuss with reason the quantum of deductions allowable under chapter 6A. Balu paid 60,000 towards tuition fees for brother's son. So generally when you pay tuition fees, you get deduction, ATC, tuition fees, LIC, PPF, ये वो सब मिला के 1,50,000 मिलता है. But this time you have paid for brother's son, so no deduction. कोई deduction नहीं मिलेगा. You have to pay the tuition fees for your children. Dinkar incurred 70,000 towards the cancer treatment of mother. Everything related to health, I always say ऐसे याद करना है. ATD mediclaim भरते हो, ATDD handicapped flat deduction, and ATDDB specified diseases. For all the bimari, D series is there. For all the investments, LIC, PPF, repayment of housing loan, ELSS, all ATC. So now, of course, ATDDB का deduction मिलेगा. And this is allowed up to 40,000. For senior citizen, this is allowed up to 1 lakh. Up to 1 lakh. So here you have spent 70,000. So 70,000 का deduction मिलेगा ATDDB में. Ilango repaid 30,000 of education loan and interest of 12,000 taken from SBI for his son. So when you take education loan, E for education. This is how we always learn. E for education. ATE. E for education. So in education, 30,000 principal is not allowed. 12,000 interest on loan is deductible for education of children for all the higher studies and all in India and for 8 consecutive years. Nice. Fatima borrowed 25 lakhs for the purchase of electric vehicle. ये एग्जाम में बहुत आ रहा है और भी आगे भी आ सकता है. 80E series. D series is all for health. E series is all for interest. जैसे 80 है हाउसिंग लोन का रीपेमेंट है, 80EE, 80EE. This is 80EEB. When you take electric vehicle, you are helping in environmental issues. So whatever loan you have taken to purchase an electronic vehicle, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, Interest is deductible, not principal, up to 1,50,000. So here they have paid interest 170, so 150 deductible. So these are your deductions. Nice, no? Brief you can write, pura story nahi likhna hai. And I always say, write the Fatima will get deduction under section 80 EEB only for interest on loan. That is 170, but allowed maximum up to 150. Finished. So very brief you have to write. This is income tax paper, dear students. Don't write all the stories. Chalo. Now, agricultural income question. And this is already there in our material. Mr. Mahesh, a resident and ordinary resident, has derived income. You are required to calculate how much is business income, how much is agricultural income for Mahesh. They didn't ask you to calculate tax. Otherwise, you can calculate the tax now. Agricultural, non-agricultural, pay the tax. Agricultural, basic exemption, pay the tax. 1 minus 2 is tax and on that and all. ये ना ऐसे link up and revise, link up and revise. Repetition is the key. You can definitely get exemption in income tax. चलो तो अब इसको शुरू करते. You remember we have to bifurcate into two part. What is agricultural income, what is non-agricultural income. So coffee grown, tea cured, 60% is agricultural, 40% is non. So this is 3 lakh, this is 2 lakh. मैम एग्जाम में ऐसे लिखेंगे, बिल्कुल नहीं लिखोगे. प्लीज सेव माय एनर्जी. वी आर डूइंग इट इन अ डिफरेंट मोड. दिस इज लाइक अ मैराथन क्लास. एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम का क्लास ही आराम से चलता है 2-2 घंटे और बड़े आराम से हम नोटबुक में प्रॉपर फॉर्मेट के साथ सॉल्व करते हैं. बट टुडे आई वांट you all to focus on checking your paper or preparing for upcoming exam and listen to the concept. एग्जाम में बिल्कुल 2 लाख 3 लाख ऐसे लिख के नहीं आना कि दीप्ति मैम ने सिखाया है. दीप्ति मैम ने ना 2000 में अपने एग्जाम क्लियर कर लिए. शी इज अ क्वालिफाइड सीए सिंस 2000. आपको एग्जाम क्लियर करना है, अच्छे से लिखो. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कोऑपरेटिंग एंड अलाउइंग मी टू फॉलो दिस रफ फॉर्मेट नाउ. चलो नाउ कॉफी ग्रोन एंड क्योर्ड. अब कॉफी ग्रोन क्योर्ड पाउडर है तब तो हम 60-40 लेंगे. अभी हम कितना लेंगे? 75 and 25. So 3 lakh का 25% is 75,000. और ये होगा एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम 220. इनकम फ्रॉम सेल ऑफ कॉफी ग्रोन क्योर्ड रोस्टेड. अब ये 60-40 होगा, लेकिन दिस इज इन बांग्लादेश and income is received in Mumbai. Is this income taxable? Yes. Agricultural income section 10(1) में it is exempt if agricultural income is earned in India. It is very well taxable if it is earned outside India. तो पूरा का पूरा नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल में आएगा और बिल्कुल टैक्सेबल है पूरा 10 लाख. डोंट बाइफरकेट. इनकम फ्रॉम सैपलिंग सीडलिंग्स, even if they are grown in nursery and plotted pine, basic operation is not carried out on land, still it is fully exempt. तो नर्सरी की इनकम पूरी तरह exempt है, even if you are not doing it on agricultural land and you are doing it in potted plants. Income from sale of rubber plant in Kerala. रबर प्लांटेशन है ही केरला में, तभी तो इतना ब्यूटीफुल है. चलो तो रबर के लिए आपका क्या परसेंटेज है? 65 and 35. So 2 lakhs का 65%, 1,30,000 and 2 lakh का तो 70,000. अब चेक कर लो कितना आ रहा है आपका एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम. $13,45,000. Same kind of the question. 5 lakh. 7,55,000. बोलो अच्छा है और क्लियर है या नहीं? एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम 755 है, नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम 1345 है. अब अगर टैक्स कैलकुलेट करना है तो you know it, right? Let us go to the next one. Briefly explain the cases where a return of loss has to be filed on or before due date for carrying forward of losses. 2 marks के लिए. Superb. For carry forward of all the losses, you need to file your return on time, whether it is 31st July, October, transfer pricing के case में November. ये dates लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, except in 2 cases: income from house property and unabsorbed depreciation. Even if you have filed late return, you can carry forward the loss. All the losses will lapse if you file late return. If you want to carry forward the benefit of the losses to be set off in the next 4 years or 8 years or all, you need to file your return on time. That is this due date. Otherwise, it will lapse. These 2 losses can be carried forward even if you have filed the rate. But financial year 22-23 का late में late return December 23 तक भरना है. सबको पता है? पहले March to March था, अभी December 23 है. थोड़ा सा extra I am saying because this time they have asked this question. Next time they can ask this question. Belated return for financial year can be filed till 9 months from the year ending. And that's December 23. Good, no? See, with years of teaching, I also enjoy this, that when I just open up the topic written, ना सब ऐसे पूरा दौड़ने लगता है इधर से उधर. मेजर नॉलेज, कोई भी टॉपिक. और ये ऐसे नहीं है कि I am very proud about knowing this. Students also know like this. They also, over the period in learning, they talk like this. Repetition, repetition, repetition is the key. चलें. State the time limit in which, question number 4B, the TDS by deductor shall be deposited. So TDS, whatever 7th of the next month, whatever TDS you deduct for commission, for lottery, for this, for that, by 7th of next month, you have to pay it. Okay? By 7th of the next month, you have to pay it. And in the month of March, because there are so many times TDS, ना मार्च में पूरे साल का एक साथ काटते हैं TDS, तो मार्च के लिए 30th April का टाइम. So this you have to write with some quarterly returns due date and all. Chalo, now question number 5A is good. ये गलती से repeat हो गया. This was scanned and all, so now I didn't edit it. ये सब फिर से repeat हो गया है. तो question number 5A क्या है, हम यहाँ पे करते हैं. Question number 5A. ऋषभ is resident of 54 years. क्या बात है, senior citizen के लिए कोई question नहीं है. You are required to compute the total income and the tax payable this time, dear students. Rishabh is not opting for 115 PAs. थोड़ा सा लेंदी प्रॉब्लम है 6 मार्क्स के हिसाब से, तो फास्ट करना पड़ेगा. लेंदी मतलब take a pause and be comfortable with one thing I say in my routine class. I'm saying to all of you, if they ask you total income problem, the concept they are testing is कि सब साथ में कैसे लिखते हैं, डिडक्शंस कैसे लेते हैं, टैक्स बरोबर से कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं, नॉर्मल इनकम, नॉर्मल रेट, स्पेशल इनकम. दे विल नॉट डाइव डीप इनटू द हेड्स. सैलरी पूरा तैयार दे देंगे आप. हाउस प्रॉपर्टी, जीएवी, एनएवी, वो जगलिंग में नहीं जाएंगे जनरली. Am I giving you the mindset correct? And reading the question paper is an art. You read the question paper in such a way that you don't have to read it again and again. I am enjoying this paper discussion. Are you all also enjoying? I always say, and sometimes, like I see that 40% are the subscribers who are watching the video and 60% are the non-subscribers. ऐसे क्यों भाई? If you feel that over this, abhi this is done like this, I'll discuss live other papers, YouTube lives I'm taking, reels I'm giving, important concepts I'm giving in the playlist. तो subscribe कर दो ना channel, कभी comment कर दो. Thank you so much in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. चलो, total income का problem. What do you say, audience? Dear students, shall we do it in notebook? एक क्वेश्चन अच्छे से करें कि यहीं करें, आपको दिखने में आएगा सब कहाँ क्या हो रहा है. यहीं करते हैं. चलो, ऋषभ इज अ रेसिडेंट इंडिविजुअल, इनकम फ्रॉम सैलरी, उसके बाद सीधा एफडी, फिर हाउस प्रॉपर्टी. बट व्हेन यू कंप्यूट द इनकम, you compute it properly headwise. Now you know when they say income from salary computed, मतलब gross salary minus 50,000 standard deduction सब हो गया. So can I start with income from salary 5 lakh? Next is income from house property. कितना इनकम फ्रॉम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी? 2,40,000. तो स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन जीएवी एनएवी सब आ गए. फिर बिजनेस इनकम मिसिंग है, इनकम फ्रॉम कैपिटल गेन. उसमें लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन है 50,000 और शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल लॉस है 25. अब आ गया सेट ऑफ का नॉलेज. कैन बी सेट ऑफ शॉर्ट टर्म लॉस एंड लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन? आंसर इज yes. So 50,000 is the long term capital gain. उसमें short term capital loss बिल्कुल set off होता है. And outer column is 25,000. हाँ, had it been long term capital loss and short term capital gain, not allowed. Long term capital loss can be set off only in long term capital gain. Short term दोनों में होगा, तो हमने तो कर दिया. अब आ जाओ इनकम फ्रॉम अदर सोर्सेस. उसमें एक तो डिविडेंड है, आजकल डिविडेंड टैक्सेबल है. अब 115 ओ और वो सब चला गया. 10,000. इनकम टैक्स रिफंड आया है, तो रिफंड तो टैक्सेबल नहीं है, बट इंटरेस्ट ऑन रिफंड 2,000 बिल्कुल टैक्सेबल है. इसको ना थोड़ा अंदर लिखते हैं तो हम बाहर टोटल कर सकेंगे. 10,000 2,000. अब बैंक एफडी का इंटरेस्ट है ये रहा. refund is not taxable, huh? Income tax I only paid and I got refund, so it's not my income. What is income? Interest. This one is nice. इसको 5 star खिलाओ, KitKat खिलाओ. Interest on bank FDs net of TDS 49,500 interest on FD you have received after 10% TDS. अब important TDS के rates तो you are already remembering. 194C, 194I, 194J for professionals and all. Yeah, check the revision videos. I have made revision videos on how to remember the TDS sections and limits. अब ये देखो, 49,500 received is 90%. Are you all with me? After TDS, so what will be 100%? 49,500 into 100 divided by 90. 55,000. और TDS कितना है? 5,500. First time I am experimenting of solving it there, उधर का उधर. Please comment and tell me what you want. You want it in the notebook neatly. बार बार यहाँ read करो, वहाँ figures देखो. तो फिर notebook में करे तो promise कि you all should have hard copy print out with you. हाँ, चलो. So dividend 10,000, interest 2,000, FD. FD का इंटरेस्ट कितना टैक्सेबल होगा? ग्रॉस 55,000. This is all income from other sources. Always gross income is taxable. Your interest is 55. Taxable is 55. वो तो I said listen, on 55 I'll deduct tax and pay you net. और वो TDS ना आप you claim it in your tax. But what is taxable income? Always gross amount. 55,000 plus 67,000 हो गया. बस अब तो डिडक्शंस हैं, तो पहले इतना टोटल कर लो एंड यू विल गेट द GTI. कितना आ रहा है देखो. टक 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 कैलकुलेटर का म्यूजिक बजना चाहिए. 8,32,000. 8,32,000 is the gross total income. Come here. 8,32,000 is the gross total income minus deductions under section 80C to 80U और चैप्टर 6 से डिडक्शंस जो बोलो. पीपीएफ को डिडक्शन मिलेगा, यस. एटीसी 1,50,000. ओन आरपीएफ में पैसे डाले तो भी एटीसी में 25,000. LIC paid 25,000, but sum assured is 2 lakh. Now see how in-depth the problem is. On sum assured, if the policy is taken after 1st April 2022, then you can take only 10% premium deduction, that is 20,000. मैम बट प्रीमियम तो 25 पे किया है, बाकी लैप्स हो जाएगा. आपको सिर्फ 20,000 का डिडक्शन मिलेगा एटीसी का में. LIC के लिए समझ में आ रहा है. सम अश्योर्ड का 10%, हैंडीकैप्ड है तो 15%. इफ द पॉलिसी इज टेकन बिफोर 1st April 2012 तो फिर 20%. क्लियर. चलो 150 plus 25 plus 20, 1,95,000. ATC में 1,25,000 is eligible, but upper limit or allowed under ATC is 1,50,000 gross total income. समझ में आ रहा है. ये लिमिट आप particulars amount you will write it in the inner column and then limit it. ATC eligible is 1,95,000, allowed maximum up to 1,50,000. Mediclaim paid on health of self 20,000 and health of spouse 10,000. You can pay mediclaim for self, spouse, dependent, parents and children. But then for self, spouse and children, because Rishabh is only 54 years, the limit is 20 and 10 दिया है, लेकिन कितना मिलेगा ATD mediclaim 25,000. If Rishabh is a senior citizen, then up to 50,000, including 5,000 health checkup expenses. I hope I am opening up too many things and you are linking and enjoying. I am to enjoying. अच्छा है, clear है क्यों 25 लिया है. I was guessing they will ask mediclaim that if you pay 5 lakh premium for 5 years together, divide by 5, 1 will be allowed and all that. और कुछ? No. So 8,32,000 minus 150 minus 25,000. What is the total income? 6,57,000. Okay. Now calculate the tax. Special income, special rate. Long term capital gain. देखो कितना है long term capital gain. 50,000 नहीं, 25 तो set off किया ना, तो 25,000. So on 25,000, 20%, 5,000. Normal income. What is the normal income? 657 minus 25,000. 6,32,000. So इस पे कैसे टैक्स निकालेंगे? 0 to 2.5 lakh nil, 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh 12,500, or 5 lakh to 6 lakh 32, 1 lakh 32,000 पे 20%. 5 लाख के ऊपर जो भी है ना 6,32,000. मैम वाई 632? बिकॉज 657 में से लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन पे तो special income, special rate. Casual income, casual. So 1,32,000 into 20%, 26,400 plus 12,500, 38,900 plus 5,000. So what is the tax you are paying? अभी थोड़ा ज्यादा गड़बड़ हो गया है. जगह नहीं है मैम, जगह नहीं है, जगह नहीं है. So I'm doing it here. 43,900 is your tax. Surcharge is not there, but ESES तो आएगा ना 4%. So directly I'm doing 104%. आप मत करना, अच्छे से लिखना. 45,656 is my tax payable. Advance tax है नहीं है, पर TDS तो आपने काट के भरा है ना, minus 5,500. So 40,156 rounded off to 40,160. I feel not justified for 6 marks. काफी सारे calculations हैं, deductions हैं, tax हैं. तो choice में आप ध्यान रखो कि जो आता है वो भी करना है और थोड़ा length भी देखना, otherwise you will not be able to complete the papers in 3 years. Can you all comment below how many of you were not able to complete the paper? It's okay, I'm not here to criticize here. When you share your problems here or in the Saturday live class, I'm willing to know more so that I can help you out. अभी आज कुछ ज्ञान नहीं, आज इसको खत्म करते हैं. देखो एक बार, is the gross total income part clear? Otherwise pause the video, take the notes. It's a challenge if it is discussed like this, along with so much of background revision. Only risk I have taken, I'm being very honest with all of you, is I didn't do it in the notebook because I didn't want to change the screen today. All right. Question number 5B is again compute the business income for 6 marks. And this is there in our material. I'll tell you. Business head में ना फाइल अभी ओपन ही है. Business head में हमने ये same question किया है. ये रहा. Question number 36 in our material, and this material is already given to you in January 23 when we started the batch. Huh? Mr. Shivam and some stocks and all, and you had to compute this also. So exactly same question is there. करते हैं, बहुत अच्छा question है. पर मुझे ये नहीं समझ में आया, like कहीं पे time save भी हो रहा था. Take a pause. Like this question number 4A will hardly take any time, and this so you can finish by writing in 2 minutes. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? ये जैसे how this was like agricultural income was very easy to do, and 2 marks and 4 marks, if you're confident, you can write to the point and do it fast. Because this computing the income 6 marks will take time, and with that business income, अगर बिजनेस इनकम के साथ थोड़ा सा थ्योरी रहता तो अच्छा रहता. ठीक है, अब जो है कहीं पे they have given it very easy and all. Okay, now question number 5B, you had to compute the business income. When you compute business income, outrightly I say read the problem in such a way that you don't have to read it again. So always start with your net profit. What is your net profit? 427,300 as per books. Some add, some less. Now enjoy as I am doing. If you like my method, this is speed doing. First look at the credit side, and whatever is not related to business na nikal do. जैसे sale, closing stock, GP, income from UTI. Income from UTI, where it is taxable? Other source. But because it is given in the P&L credit side, it's a part of the total income. Nikal do, less. Because it is taxable in other source. UTI income. अब डेबिट में आ जाओ. Outrightly expense which is disallowed, not allowed, उसको निकाल दो, add back कर दो. Opening. Now I have made just in my 3rd YouTube live on the last Saturday. If you see, I have explained you ki why to do add, why to do less. If that concept, that logic is clear, you will never face the problem of speed in exam. Opening stock, purchases, GP, ये तो सब clear है. Salary, rent and rates, allowed interest, depreciation as per books, not allowed. Not allowed means if I scratch the expense, if I reduce the expense, what is the impact on profit? Profit is increasing. So add back the depreciation as per books of accounts. Add back कर दो, कितना? 1,05,000. Printing and stationery allowed, postage allowed है. Loss on sale of shares कहाँ टैक्स होगा? Other source में. तो यहाँ पे तो add back कर दो. Loss on sale of shares, it's not a business का loss, तो स्क्रैच करोगे तो प्रॉफिट क्या होगा, बढ़ेगा. Add back expenses which are disallowed because this loss is taxable under capital gain. Other general expenses are allowed. Now, this opening stock, closing stock adjustment, this comes in accounts in single entry. This comes in costing in non-integrated accounts. Because I teach all the three subjects, lot of interlinking I can do. It's a challenge. And now this has come in income tax. Stock is undervalued or overvalued. तो अब देखो कैसे करोगे. It was found that some stocks were omitted to be included in both opening stock and in closing stock, the value of which are given. ठीक है, करें साथ में. चलो. So now closing stock was omitted. आपने closing stock लिया ही नहीं, तो now take it. Now if you increase the closing stock, GP will increase, profit will increase. So 18,000 closing stock undervalued. Now if you add the closing stock, GP will increase, profit will. Opening stock is undervalued by 9,000. Now if you add opening stock में 9,000, your expenses will increase, your profit will decrease. So less में 9,000, opening stock undervalued. Is the adjustment clear? Chalo, next. 1 second, dear student. Chalo. Now I'm going to adjustment number 2. Salary is paid 10,000 to brother, which is unreasonable to the extent of 2,500. So whatever is unreasonable salary under section 40, add back unreasonable salary. I'm writing it in brief. Whole amount of printing and stationery was paid in cash by one-time payment to Sonu. Sonu, 24,000, 24,000 we gave you cash, gone. Caught up in that disallowed expenses. If they are above 10,000, you cannot pay it in cash. And we paid to Sonu 24,000. Ma'am, 24,000 we have paid. No, 10,000 tak to allow karo. No. Once you pay in cash expenses above 10,000, whole expenses are disallowed. Except for transport related expenses where it is allowed. Transport related expenses where it is allowed 35,000. बार बार आज कहीं कुछ कैमरा का डिस्टरबेंस हो रहा है, तो ठीक है, चलो चलता है. तो हाउ मच यू विल एड बैक? प्रिंटिंग एंड स्टेशनरी 24,000 पूरे का पूरा. नेक्स्ट, रेंट एंड रेट इंक्लूडेड GST 3,400 which was payable and it was paid on 7th April. It is allowed with section 43B. 43B says that if expenses are not outstanding, income tax, GST and all, and if they are paid before due date of filing the return, they are allowed. So very well, this expense is debited and it is allowed. So neither add nor less. ये बहुत important है, dear students. There are some adjustment like diaries gave on 31st December to clients and it is added in advertisement. Yeah, it's allowed. Can I give diaries to my clients? Yes. So expense is allowed and it is properly parked and debited. What I have to do, add or less? Nothing. Write a note. Other general expense include 2,000 donation. Donations are not allowed as business expense. Add 2,000. And depreciation as per income tax is 1,20,000. So deduct. Depreciation as per income tax act 120. अब add का total करना है, less का total करना है, but हमने तो सब एक साथ लिखा है तो हम एक साथ कर लेंगे. Do the total and tell me how much you all are getting the business income. It's like a super easy paper. They didn't ask anything of 115 BAC updated return coming December. Definitely you can get a small 2-mark question for updated return. Capital gain also. पूरे ऐड आइटम्स बरोबर से ऐड करो, लेस आइटम्स लेस करो. Your business income as per income taxes 4,56,300. 4,56,300. Might be I feel this paper is easy because this is the first time they have included direct tax in GST all for 100 marks. Because otherwise paper for old syllabus was really technical, अच्छा ही level था, मतलब थोड़ा tough ही था. They asked AOP income and all for old syllabus. Okay, so business income we have computed for 6 marks, but there is something more. You are required to calculate the profit and gain of business of Raja, assuming he has not opted for the provisions. Also assuming that whole of amount for turnover received by account paid check or electronic mode system through bank. When they are saying that whole your turnover is through electronic clearing system, can they go for presumptive taxation? Section 44AD. For professionals, 44ADA. For vehicles up to 10, 44AE. चले तो इसको 6 मार्क के लिए थोड़ा आगे भी करना होगा. What is your business income coming, dear students? 456,300. Any doubt? And now if they decide to go for 44AD on the sales 85 lakhs, they can take net profit as 85 lakh ka 6%. If the whole turnover is not digital, minimum 8% profit they have to show. But if it is digital, then 85 lakhs ka 6%, that is 5,10,000 net profit. If they maintain the books of accounts and all, their profit is coming to 456,300. But if they don't maintain the books and just on the basis of turnover, then they have to show bare minimum 6% profit on the turnover. 94% mein all your expenses are allowed. No further expenses will be allowed. 5,10,000. Okay? So this is all till here. Enough. From my side, I enjoyed solving this direct taxation paper. We'll surely do the other papers also. And please, surely, once if you really like, comment below. हमेशा मैं नहीं बोलती हूँ, but आज बहुत मूड से, बहुत डिटेल में सब लिख के पेपर सॉल्व किया. And thank you so much for watching the video till end. Wish you very all the best. Just don't use it to assess your marks in July exam. If you are preparing for upcoming December exam, this is surely going to be very helpful to cover up in depth. जब एक concept click हुआ ना, मैंने उसका पूरा background build किया. That's what I was aiming to give you all. In the description, our app link is given. Check the videos if they are helpful. Do take conceptual coaching. Do join our Telegram group, whether you study with us or not. You can use it. Click the picture, send your doubt. We'll surely clear it with a voice note. Thank you so much. Wish you very all the best. If you feel this is helpful to assess your marks, because you promised and you didn't discuss the paper, you developed that higher level of the mindset when the exams were going on. This is a gift from me to you. Share this gift with at least 5 of your friends. Whom 5 या 5 से ज़्यादा जिनको आप सोचते हो कि वो भी assess कर सकते हैं इसके साथ. God bless you all and be very confident, happy, energetic, amazing on this professional journey. Yes, thank you so much. Bye-bye.